Hello friends, myself Siddharth Joshi, Assistant Professor LJ Institute of Physiotherapy. Today we will learn some laws under which principles of motion. So today we will learn law of reaction, centrifugal force and centripetal force. These all three topics are very important to understand biomedical physics basic, second year kinesiology and day-to-day practice also this all law you are using. First law and second order law which we already learned in previous videos. So let's start with the law of reaction which is under principles of motion. In university exam it is mostly asked in 8 marks and which is already you learned in ninth standard school and 10 plus 2 physics. So let's revise it. Let's understand law of reaction, centrifugal force and centripetal force. So law of reaction is very easy. For every action force, there is an equal and opposite reaction force. For every action force, there is an equal and opposite reaction force. This law considers the way force acts against each other. Okay. Example, a book lying on a table exerts a download force on table, and because the book is stationary, another equal and opposite force must be acting on the book. Otherwise, book will be go in a movement. In next slide, when you see the exact perfect example, you can understand it is very easily. So, Newton's first law states that the unbalanced force produces motion. Since we have no motion here, we must have a balanced force system, obviously. Example, the same is true when person walk across a floor. The feet push back against the floor with the same magnitude as the floor pushes forward against the feet. That is called ground direction force also, and which is very important topic in second year kinesiology. Starting blocks are used by runners to push against at the beginning of a race so that a strong forward reaction push can be received. When you see long runners, when you see short runners, barabar. So that time you can easily understand that block is there where the position of runner is fixed and in the backward side at the feet one block is there. So when 1, 2, 3 at the third he or she gave a maximum force to the that block, and with the ground direction force against he will get very good amount of momentum or very good amount of speed. Starting blocks are used by runners to push against at the beginning of a race so that a strong forward reaction push can be received. Okay, in this slide you can understand very easily action air rushes down, reaction balloons go up. Action and reaction same but opposite side. So you can easily understand air rushes down. So one force is downward. So automatically opposite force will go upward. So balloon go upward. So this is very simple law and we learn in so many times in schooling also, in colleges also. Let's see the another example. See, this is also an example when the person kick out from the boat to the seashore. So that time also force is given and again reaction force will come, and the law first law is also use F is equal to m into a. So in that way automatically boat goes away. Same way, third example, you can see the more you give weight the more the force is given, and when you lose that automatically it will go more up. So it is the third law which is very important. The next topic is a very small topic, centrifugal force. Centripetal force and centrifugal force. We should understand what is centripetal force and what is centrifugal force because it is a totally new topic. It is not under schooling. So centripetal force, also called as a central seeking force. Central seeking force means when you tied a stone to the thread and you are doing like this way, the Central seeking force coming, that is called centripetal force. So let's understand centripetal force, also called as a center seeking force. It is a constant force acting to move the object at right angles to the direction it is moving at any instant, and therefore causing it to move in a circular path. When one swings a weight around on the end of a piece of string, the force causing the weight to change the direction constantly is called centripetal force. When one swings a weight around on the end of the piece of string, the force causing the weight to change the direction constantly is called centripetal force. It is very easy. Okay. Even though the velocity of the rippling object is constant, its direction changes continuously. This means the acceleration is occurring. The acceleration occurring as an object moves around a circle at a constant speed is of the magnitude, that is v square upon r, where v is equal to linear velocity of the object, r is equal to distance from the axis of the motion to the object, and from Newton's second law, F is equal to ma. So therefore the centripetal force needed to keep a body moving in a circle at constant speed is equal to Fc is equal to mv square upon r. The centripetal force has to be applied to the object moving in a circle by another object. In the case of the weight on a string, the finger applies the force to the weight through the string. When we are doing like this way, the finger giving the force. So that is centripetal force. And exactly opposite to the centripetal force, one more force is called centrifugal force. It is also very important to understand for physiotherapy. It is exactly opposite to the centripetal force. Centripetal force towards the circle, centrifugal force outside the circle. Both we needed to move that object. The outward pulling force on the object moving in the circular path is called as centrifugal force. It is equal in magnitude to centripetal force, that is Fc is equal to mv square upon r. In case of weight on a string, centrifugal force is felt in the tension exerted on the finger by the string attached to the directing object. That string gets tension force that can feelable. If the centripetal force ceases, there is no longer an inward pull on the object, and the object then flies off at a tangent to the direction in which it was moving at the instant the force stopped. Without centripetal force, there will be no centrifugal reaction and the object will once more travel uniformly in a straight line. So both force needed to complete the circle. Centrifugal force also needed and centripetal force. Both are opposite and both get equal, so that position is maintained through the circle. If one force is more, automatically it will goes outside. If another force is more, it automatically go inside. So these are very important topics: centrifugal force and centripetal force. Thank you.